The best job protecting this week wasn't done by the offensive line of the Houston Texans. It was done by the head coach, DeMeco Ryans. He believes the Texans had a good performance protecting the quarterback against the Indianapolis Colts. I vehemently disagree, and let's talk about it. And specifically, we'll talk about the left guard spot for the Texans and the rest of the performance from the offensive line as well. That left guard situation, it got tenuous in the middle of the Colts game. Kenyon Green, the starting left guard for the season, was benched for backup offensive lineman Jarrett Patterson. Patterson came in, played 10 snaps. The Texans finished the drive on his 10th snap with a Joe Mixon rushing touchdown. On that play, Patterson seemed to suffer a concussion. He's in concussion protocol. He did not return to the game, nor do I believe he'll be able to play on Thursday against the Jets. Patterson out, and at that point, the Texans had an option. They could put in Kendrick Green at the left guard spot, who was also a backup offensive lineman that was active, or they could reinsert Kenyon Green. The Texans decided to reinsert Kenyon Green, and DeMeco Ryans seemingly felt like it was a no-brainer decision to put Kenyon Green back into the lineup.
Yeah, Jared did a really nice job when he went in and had some good plays. Unfortunately, he was out. Then Kenyon was back in. There was no overthinking it. Kenyon got a lot of reps throughout the week, and he was the guy to go in, and he has a lot of good reps as well. A lot of people want to, focus on the bad. Everybody has bad reps here or there. We can all focus on that, or we can look at the positive. I think he has some really good plays as well.
Now, specifically about the decision to go to Kenyon Green and not Kendrick Green. Look, I could live with the practice explanation to an extent. Hey, Kenyon Green got all the reps at left guard at practice last week. We needed someone who knew the game plan inside and out to make things happen. I can get on board with that a little bit, or maybe the potential that if Kendrick Green gets injured and then so does Juice Scruggs, the Texans all of a sudden don't have a center for this game. So I could kind of get on board with those explanations, but Kenyon Green knowing the offense didn't help him execute on the field for the offense. Kenyon Green having practice reps this week with what they were going to do didn't make him a better performer of what he was supposed to do. And really, if you can't put Kendrick Green in at that point, why is Kendrick Green on the team? If you can't trust him to go in there and at least see what he's got at the left guard spot, why do the Texans have him on the roster, on the team? And then DeMeco Ryans saying, hey, Kenyon Green had some good plays. I'm not going to deny that Kenyon Green had a play here or there that looked like a good play. He had a couple of moments in the rushing game where he was moving guys out of the way, and that is true. It was not all bad from Kenyon Green. The tough part is the bad from Kenyon Green sticks out like a sore thumb, and it nearly gets the franchise quarterback decapitated. When Kenyon Green is bad, he's really bad. Now, Pro Football Focus is far from the gospel, but Pro Football Focus is a nice starting point to add some seasoning to what we see from the offensive line. And Kenyon Green has had horrific Pro Football Focus numbers all season long. Offensively, pass blocking, run blocking, Kenyon Green has gone backwards since his impressive Week 1 performance against the Indianapolis Colts, and it was highlighted by his poorest performance of the season, one in which he was benched. And so for DeMeco Ryans to go to the podium, and I understand he's going to protect his players and defend his players, but to not just say, hey, Kenyon Green, he gave us the best chance. He practiced the most. We needed somebody in there that had practiced a lot of what we were trying to execute at offense. That would have been perfectly acceptable. But to go and say, hey, he had plenty of good plays in this one, that felt like it was going a little bit of overboard in defense of a player that he and his staff decided to sit down for a player that has not, to my knowledge, practiced a ton at left guard, didn't practice a ton at left guard in training camp, and is by trade a center for this team. So DeMeco Ryans is effusive praise for the good stuff, which was minuscule, that Kenyon Green did. It looked out of place compared to all of the poor play from Kenyon Green, not only in this game, but over the course of the season. A quick moment here for my friends at Platinum AC and Heating. You want to talk about protection? How about protecting your wallet and your air conditioner with a special price on year-round preventative maintenance from my friends at Platinum AC and Heating? Call my guy Dwyane today, 832-777-3683. Tell him you saw him here on the video, and he'll get you a special price on year-round preventative maintenance from Platinum AC and Heating. What's that preventative maintenance do? Well, make sure your AC is running the best it can, running efficiently, saving you money, and it keeps you from having huge repairs pop up all at once. It gets your AC running well, saves you money. You're going to get your special price here. Give my friends at Platinum AC and Heating a call today. 832-777-3683 is the number. Tell Dwyane you saw about it here on the video and you want that special viewer price from Platinum AC and Heating. The best in the business, the best prices, and the best service coming your way thanks to Platinum AC and Heating. Another head scratcher from DeMeco Ryans was just his overall praise of the offensive line's performance in Sunday's game against the Colts. And, well, he felt like because C.J. Stroud had a good day, the offensive line had a good day.
I think when C.J. is able to throw for as much as he threw for and make the plays he's able to make, of course, guys did a good job in the passing game. And, look, everybody wants to talk about the pass blocking and all those things. Our guys did a good job, and overall we've had a lot of good reps in the passing game. So let's talk about those good reps that we've had.
Factually, DeMeco Ryans is correct. C.J. Stroud had a nice day throwing the football, and it was much better than what he was able to do against the Green Bay Packers a week ago. Remember how much we talked about the offensive line last week and how poor they were in the amount of pressures that they allowed, the percentage of dropbacks that they allowed, and Stroud had one of his worst statistical performances and one of his worst performances overall because of that poor protection. Yeah, well, C.J. Stroud maneuvered much better in the game against the Colts, had a much better performance, a great statistical performance. In fact, there's only a handful of quarterbacks that could have won the game that C.J. Stroud had to play on Sunday. It's a short list, and it shows just how impressive C.J. Stroud is, which is exactly my point. It shows how impressive C.J. Stroud is, not how impressive the offensive line is. C.J. Stroud was actually pressured more in the Colts game than he was in the Packers game. A higher percentage and more total pressures in that game against the Indianapolis Colts than a week ago when he had one of the worst statistical performances of his career against the Green Bay Packers. But DeMeco Ryans gave some of the credit that goes to C.J. Stroud to the offensive line for their pass blocking performance. Did they have some moments where they held up and gave Stroud an opportunity to make a play? Absolutely. Is that offensive line pretty solid in the rushing game and opening some things up for Joe Mixon? Yes, no doubt about that. But that's not a pass blocking performance that I would be super proud of when you think about the fact that it's the most quarterback pressure that they've allowed this season from a percentage standpoint and a total pressure standpoint. That's not an offensive line pass blocking performance that you want to go, yeah, thumbs up, good enough. Now, DeMeco Ryans' words, they don't matter if the actions are improved by the pass blocking of the offensive line. They got a tough task against a talented Jets defense. It's underperformed a little bit, this Jets defense, but they've got some tough matchups against a tough Jets defense. And if they hold up and look better than the Colts game, then hey, maybe they figured some things out and it just took a little bit to execute them and get things going. Remember how much we talked about how the Texans had put things together after the Green Bay game to make things better from a pass blocking standpoint? Well, C.J. Stroud made them better, but they have to be better. The offensive line overall has to be better, especially with the injury issues continuing for this wide receiver room. Stroud cannot be running for his life playing the scramble drill with his wide receivers and succeed on a consistent basis. Yes, there will be games where the greatness of C.J. Stroud can overcome some of the poor play of the offensive line. That's not a long-term, over the course of the season, sustainable option for this team. To get to where they need to go and want to go, the offensive line has to be better. I don't care who the offensive linemen are. I don't care if they stick with Kenyon Green at left guard. I don't care if they swap in Kendrick Green, if Nick Broker's active, if they move Titus Howard to left guard and play Blake Fisher at right tackle. It doesn't matter how they get there, but they still, as we talked about a week ago, it's still the case this week. They have got to be better on the offensive line to achieve what they hope to achieve this season, which is go where no Texans team has gone before, the AFC Championship, and maybe even further, which is the Super Bowl. What say you? Did you buy DeMeco Ryans' line of thinking that this offensive line performance was A-okay, or are you a little miffed and critical of their performance, miffed by their performance and critical of it like me? Let me know in the comment section down below. On your way down there, throw me a thumbs up on the video, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and don't forget to visit with our friends at Platinum AC and Heating. My guy Dwyane will take care of you. The best service and the best prices in town. 5-star rated by the Better Business Bureau, Google, and Yelp. Platinum AC and Heating can handle everything from small little adjustments to your HVAC system to big full-on replacements. Heck, even if you own a business, a rental home, or rental properties, no job is too small or too big for my guy Dwyane at Platinum AC and Heating. Give him a call today. Put the number in your phone. When you need an AC guy, you need the AC guy, and that's Dwyane from Platinum AC and Heating. 832-777-3683 is the number for Dwyane at Platinum AC and Heating. Appreciate you watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait until we talk Texans again soon.